Hello there, Pisces. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. And I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And I thought about a year ago it might get interesting to teach myself something a little different. So for the past year, I've been learning how to read cards, and because I kind of thought it would be fun, and something a little bit different. But anyhow, I've laid cards for you, and I've picked 4 cards for the month of March. This is 2016, and I've used the bottom card on the deck for your overall view of the month. I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they're probably going to blend in and out through the month of March, and they may go in week by week, but I don't believe it's going to happen like that because that's not the way it usually works for me. But usually when I'm doing a reading, I use the person's first name actually as a trigger. So now every George out there is Pisces for right now. So that will be your first name. And this looks like it's going to be quite an interesting month. I'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading for verification and to help us any further. Oh, and if this doesn't resonate with you, you might want to go look at your moon sign and your rising sign, and you'll be able to get some more details and some more clarification if this isn't exactly what you need, but anyhow, you will get more details. And I'm not an astrologer, but I've looked up, and the emphasis for the month of March for Pisces is going to be in your first house. And I believe that's how we show ourselves to the world, and it's about our success through leadership and drive and new projects, new changes, things like that, and our personality, because the first house would be your rising sign. So it would be how I present myself to the world at large, or what people think I am. Sometimes it's not necessarily what I am. I'm an empath, so I will speak as if I'm Pisces at this time during the reading. But the first card I got for the overview of the month is the Knight of Wands, and it's an excellent card because it's a messenger knight, and if you can see, he's got the wand in his hand, and he looks like he's charging in, but it's not for battle. He's like charging in for play, and this knight brings messages, and he brings good messages, and it could be a male person, or a female person. These are general readings. He can bring messages about work, or work, career, engagements, marriage, things like that, schooling. He can bring messages to do with those kind of things. And they're really good messages because they would be new endeavors and things like that. But based on the other 4 cards that I've pulled in here, we're going to have to do some quick work to keep up, and I don't want to say it, but that's how it feels. Keep up with the competition, right? Because if we have a new opportunity in this wonderful announcement here with this Knight of Wands, we want to make sure that we're in a position to take advantage of that. So we're going to have to make all of our decisions based on facts. We're going to need to move quickly, and take responsibility. Because the next the next card rather, cup, it's a pentacle, is the Page of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. And when the Page of Pentacles is in reverse, it could be like, I'm not taking on enough responsibility. I'm not finding out the facts. I'm being lazy. about everything that's going on around me, or I'm just not moving quickly enough in this given situation, which this Knight of Wands is bringing me, which is good news. So if I have good news and I want to move forward, and I just noticed underneath this Knight is the Sun card, so perhaps they're telling me more, like the sun will be shining if you don't be sitting around and wasting these opportunities and chances, that are coming forward. So this shows me that there's something that's new coming in my life, job, relationship, career, school, anything like that. A new opportunity coming into my life, and I don't want to be lazy or allow or say everyone else is going to take the responsibility for me. And I'm saying this because this can also do with financial responsibility, and he's upside down. So there could be, and we have another card here that could support this, a bad news about a financial situation, like money I figured I was going to get no matter what, may be drying up, like the wells run dry. That's how it feels to me. So by acting and not being lazy or sitting on my duff and taking my responsibilities seriously, at this time, I can better myself for sure, because the next card is the Strength card. And usually this is really, optimistic card, but it's in reverse. And that tells me that I'm acting, there's a goal, something that I want or something I wish for that I just think is going to drop in my lap. So I'm acting out of nature. Out of my nature, people are looking at me and thinking, why is he or she acting like that? Like this doesn't make any difference, or it'll just come anyhow, and drop out of the clear blue sky. This card, when it's in reverse, is showing that the same exact thing there again. Instead of, doing a blending, synthesis, inside myself and getting ready, because this is the new job I want. This is the new opportunity I want. This is the new creative endeavor in my life that I want to embark on. I'm just laying back, and thinking these things will just drop in my lap. And Spirit's saying, put your best face forward here, Pisces, and start this process. Because no matter what you believe, right, we are all responsible at the end of the day for ourselves. And this is something new that we want. If we want to move into a new career path, a new placement or whatever, or maybe a new place within our company, or, however it's going to be, we want to make sure that we have done all the preparations. In other words, I want to make sure I've done all the preparation, because I may hear of this wonderful opportunity, right? But then again, see, this is the Five of Pentacles, and this is pretty much the only Pentacle card that means that money can dry up. Now, what these two people, I see them as people out on the street, and they're in the freezing cold and in their worst clothes, that kind of stuff. But I always think this window behind them could possibly be a church or an organization, that can help them if they just walk through the door. But if I'm not being responsible and taking these actions, ahead of time, and I'm doing this Page of Pentacles thing here and thinking it's going to just drop in my lap without me doing the work, they're saying no, because there's something drying up here, that the opportunity is coming to me right now. So I want to be on the lookout for it. Um, and I don't want to make others responsible for me or say, if they'd have done this or they'd have done that, I'd have got that job or I'd have got this, or, because it's looking like money is going to be in short supply. But if I move on these opportunities, right, and I do it in advance, that gives me the step up, like I'm in first place because of how I presented myself and the responsible action I did. And I'm stepping forward because I'm going to figure a way to have money in my pocket, so that I have the opportunity if the new job doesn't start, till the next month. I can make sure I'm in place or in the new place where I need to be, ahead of time before these changes happen. And me, Frankie, I believe being forewarned is forearmed. So if there are opportunities that are coming to me, and they're saying they are, because it's like the birth of a new endeavor, new job, new career path, new creative ability, something else, a goal, that I'm reaching for, a goal in my life. I don't want to put my strength upside down. I want to have that goal very clearly cut. So if I need to make an effort, I'm going to make an effort. Like, I'm not just going to text somebody, I'm going to go see that person in person if I'm applying for the job. I'm not, I understand now, obviously, that everybody's in an electronic world, but sometimes there's things we have to do in person our own selves, because remember, it's in the first house, so that's my personality, how I present myself, to the world at large, um, even if it's down to I'm going for a new job, how am I dressed? How do I present? Am I personable, or I'm looking for a scholarship for a new school or whatever? Am I going to walk in there in the pair of jeans I wore when I was 3 years old? And you see what they mean? Personality at large in the out world, not who I am totally inside, but how I present on the outside. It feels very important, and this Four of Swords here is a card of rest and, going within after, a time of turmoil. But in this case, the card's upside down again, Pisces. So let's think about this, for a minute. Am I not taking the time within myself to get these goals straightened out within my head? What is it? Where do I want to go? All those kind of things. Am I not taking that little bit of time? Because when we take the time and we put this card right side up, right, then when the opportunity comes, we're ready for it. And if we've been forewarned that, funds can dry up here or there, maybe it's even the new job or the new career path, and, after this month, or if I waited until May and didn't do my legwork or make my application and, show up in person, perhaps I'm not going to get what I wanted, and then I'm the person that's responsible. Now, ultimately, we're all responsible for our own actions. So we want to make sure they are right actions, because we're being forewarned about this particular circumstance, and we want to make sure that we're strong within ourselves, that this is our new goal. This is like my new goal. Therefore, I am responsible. So we're still in February when these are going up. I don't even know what day it is today, but I'm thinking maybe it's like the 18th of February, so we are still in February. So we have a heads up here, like don't let my feelings or, my feelings, you know, or I don't want to do it, I'll do it tomorrow, procrastination thing. My feelings roll my head. I know what has to be done. I know, and Pisces are high intuitives, they know psychically what's going on around them, so they can kind of see it coming at them ahead of time. So if anybody out of all of the zodiac signs ought to have a heads up, so to speak, it should be a Pisces, because they are so deep, inside themselves, and they're sensitive to outside circumstances or presentation, and they know what they have to do when they have to do it. You know, I want you to really think about this, because we don't want our feelings, right? Because we're sensitive, rolling our head. We know that no one else is going to make these actions for us. They're not going to go apply for our new career path for us, because we're the ones that have to present ourselves in the middle of this. Just really pay attention, because we don't want to make a bad impression on anyone when this is our ultimate goal, right? Or the thing that we want for our own self in our heart. We want to take the responsible action. We want to release this Page of Pentacles that's upside down on his butt. And actually, Pentacles are money cards too. At least I always see them as money. And they said that this Five of Pentacles here is some funds could be drying up, so I want to be the first in. Let's say there's 3 placements, at this new job that I want, or only 3 placements at the new school that I want, or 3 placements. These people need creative writers or something like that. And that's what I always wanted to do. I want to be the person in there to strut my stuff first before, the funds for that job or that placement are going to run out, right? So I want to make sure I've got my dibs in there first. And these are angel cards, and I'm going to draw one out of here for you to try to pull the reading together. Actually, I'm trying to shuffle them. I told you I'm not a very good shuffler here. But last month I thought the angels stacked the deck on me, because I pulled the same card repeatedly over and over and over again. So this month I'm going to make sure I read you the alternative readings that are inside of the little book here that I have. Anyways, just keep on top of this, Pisces, because I want to make it forward, and I have my own dreams too. Not what everybody else chooses to dream for me, but what I choose for my dreams for myself. So I want to take hold of my own problems and responsibilities, my own self, right? And release others from the obligation, because I'm all grown up now, and I'm going to strut my stuff out in the world, and I can't strut my stuff if I'm not taking responsibility and doing the action before everybody else gets in front of me. Let's see what we got for the angel card here. What do we have? Oh my, it says new partner. Now remember, this is creative, it's career, it's my personality out front. And this is just too funny, Pisces, on account of, they said this wand is coming in with a good message, and it could mean engagements and weddings, and so maybe there is a partner in here. But what I found out after they stacked the deck with this exact card last month, that there's other meanings that go along with this. And it says, a chance meeting is no mistake. And that's what they've been saying. Hurry up, see that opportunity and grab it before everybody else gets your piece of the pie, Pisces. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. Pay careful attention to the new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by their sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. That's kind of like this Knight of Wands coming in, and he, has good news. And this Wand character is a trustworthy person. Keep that in mind. So the information that's coming from them is going to be trustworthy. That's one of the meanings of the card. Well, let me see where you would think I'd have this bookmarked after pulling it so many times last month. New partner here. Let's see. Well, where'd it go? I found it enough last time. And it is, let's see. It is interesting, though, I have to say. So many times last month it was ridiculous. Sorry, let me find this for you, Pisces. The other meanings of this card are, the angels have given you this card as a signal that someone new has or is about to. Remember, they're telling you it's coming. Keep your eyes, ears open, and if this is your goal, go for it. They're about to enter your life as an answer to your prayers. This person will be a partner in a business, friendship, or in a romantic sense. Don't go looking for him or her, as it'll happen very naturally. When you meet this individual, be open to divine guidance, which will direct you both in loving and magical ways. And if the rest of the cards have anything to do with this, they're going to motivate you and push it forward so you can have this opportunity. The additional meanings for this card, you've met or you will soon meet your soulmate, and allow other people to help you instead of trying to do things alone. Consult an expert. Your prayer is being answered through other people. A new pet is coming into your life. Oh, they said something about birth of a project, so yeah, if we meet the soulmate, if we don't want to get pregnant, perhaps that has something to do with that too. But they're telling you, the angel card is telling you to consult an expert. But if I don't move, if I don't if I'm not motivated enough to get it together and responsible enough to get it together, how can I pick up the phone and dial the new expert and make my presentation, or dial somebody up and go meet with them to get my expert advice? Well, Pisces, I've enjoyed spending this time with you. I have to tell you, I appreciate all your likes, your shares, your comments. This has been really a lot of fun for me, and I appreciate the time that you take to spend with me, because I know I'm slow moving here. But if you want to see me for a reading, just go to the website. I think it's down below or up above or somewhere in here. It's spirits-healing-readings.com, and schedule an appointment with me. Or if you just want to know more about me, just go over to the website. It's all on there. And thank you so much for letting me spend this time with you. It was really a pleasure. Bye.